Hey everybody, that's him again for another video, and welcome to the very first video of the year 2026. So, as I do every year, I typically like to do a video game slash otaku room tour. So that's what we'll be doing today. Anyway, without further ado, here, let's open up the door so you guys can see how the room looks with my POV as we open the door here. So, this is generally what you see when you walk through the door. And I'll give you some overviews of the room before we dive into all this awesome stuff. Close the door here. And then here is the view from my window. And there's my sofa. And a view over here. And a view of the window. And it is snowing today. Got a little bit of a winter storm coming through. And you can see it is quite white outside. And there's me riding on the flying Nimbus, which is pretty funny. Yeah, so it is a little snowy, and right now I think it's just kind of doing like a mix of snow and sleet, I guess. So that's always fun. I thought I'd do a video today because I'm snowed in and I got nothing else to do, so I might as well give you all a room tour for the year 2026. I guess a couple of things to point out here is this little Sonic bin here is new. I got that, I think I got it yesterday in the mail, as of today's recording, and hopefully I can get this published today as I record it. And I just have some of my stuffed animals just in here. I needed something for all of my stuffed animals to go in, and I still have room for maybe some more, but not much. I might have to get another one of these, but I might do a Pokemon one just to kind of, switch it up a bit. And in here, this is all of my figures and things, like random little trinkets. That's my very first YouTube camera that I used. And it doesn't really work anymore, so I just kind of leave it up there to display. And it's nostalgic. I miss using that camera, to be honest. Here's all my amiibos. And then just more kind of like random Nintendo figures. And Pokemon. A lot of these I did get in Japan. Then here's some more random anime figures. A lot of these I got at anime conventions from the mid-2000s. And some of them I got in Japan as well. And some of them are Burger King toys. And then down here are just some more random figures. I have a couple Pokemon remints here. And these are like Nickelodeon, Disney, and things like that. Cartoon Network, maybe. Mostly Nickelodeon, though, I believe. And then I just have more random figures down here. So that is the figurine shelf. And up here, I have my Crossfire, vintage Crossfire, a couple of Alolan Vulpixes, and Shadow and Tails in Squishmallow form. And then over here is my door, and I have my koi collection, I guess. I have Magikarp and this koi flag that I got in Japan this past summer. And I just have some random stuff in here, like my original PSP and a Game Boy Color. And then here I just have some like Pokemania stuff. I have a Pocket Pikachu right here. And this is one of my vlogging cameras that I like to use. Panasonic HTC SD80 camera. Really good camera. It's lasted me since at least the early 2010s. So here's the view of my sofa when you sit down. And yeah, this is just a really nice couch, really comfy, especially with all these cushions and such. It's really nice. And these are the consoles that I have. The SNES, this is my original from my childhood. I have a Sega Genesis 2 model, a Pikachu N64. Bought this in 2009 for like 30 bucks on eBay. Then I got a region-free N64 with Harvest Moon in it. And I have Diddy Kong Racing in my other one. On my Super Nintendo, I have Kirby's Dream Land 3. And then I have Tiny Toon Adventures and the Sega. And then over here is my GameCube with all my original GameCube memory cards that I've had since like the mid-2000s. And there's my original childhood PS2. And then over here, I don't really have anything too crazy, but I have my DS Lite, my DSi XL, and my Nintendo 3DS XL as well. And then I just have some binders below that. I also have my Beyblade collection in this little container. This is my Pokemon trade binder, and I have my Animal Crossing card collection right here. And I just have a bunch of keychains on my DS consoles, I guess. And here are just some random toys that I have in here, like Bop Its and such, and more controllers in the other one here. And I do have some other random stuff in here, like Pokemon cards, sleeves and such, and loose manuals, game manuals, more game manuals for systems, mostly, and like a Game Bit screwdriver in the last one, and then some DS pins and chargers, and all that good stuff. And then I also have my Sega Pico over here as well. So that's basically it for the TV station. Over on this side here, I have my vintage Littlest Pet Shop that I've had since I was a kid, and all of my vintage Lion King toys from childhood. And these are my Calico Critters. A lot of this I've had since I was a kid. So that's all really cool to have. And then I got my Hikaru no Go wall scroll. It's now vintage, which is really crazy to say. I've had this since like Christmas 2005. And I just have like these really cool magazine posters, and I bought the Nintendo Power magazines at a local video game store. This here I got at a Circuit City, and I just decided to scan it so I can print it out and put it up on the wall. This Nintendogs advertisement. I love it. And that's pretty much it for that. Now I guess let's get to the main part, which is why you all are here. And what I'll probably do is put like chapter markers, so if you just want to skip to this part, you can. But I guess before we do so, this is my sofa. I have all my really cute plushies on here. And I have my vintage Pocahontas blanket from the 90s. And it's really bright and colorful. It's double-sided too, which is pretty cool. And I do use it when I am cold. So yeah, it's really nice to have. And yeah, here's the main shelves. And for the plushies that are on my sofa, I have Patrick Star, Mami Shiba, Rilakuma, and Tom Nook, Mochi Mochi plush. And then I have the Jazzwares, Sleeping Pokemon, Charmander, Flareon, and Vaporeon, and just some other random Nintendo characters. So, yeah, I guess let's go ahead and go through these shelves here. The main event. I guess I'll start over here, and I do need to move some things around so that I can get here. So I'll go ahead and stop the clip, and then I think it'll be easier to show stuff that way. So give me just 1 second. Alright, let's go ahead and go through the shelves here. So up here, I just have all my Koro Comics magazines from 2009, the complete set, and just some random extra manga that came with it. And then down here, I have all of my Koro Comics manga. And a lot of these are video game related, like, for example, this is the original Mario manga in Japanese. And then I have the complete series of Ape Escape. It's a really funny manga. Of course, I have a bunch of variations of Animal Crossing. Still need to get more of this one. I have, let's see, I have Kirby here, a couple Kirby manga. And of course, I have Yokai Watch, a few volumes of Yokai Watch. I just have these TV animation books, which are pretty neat. They're all in color. This is a pun book, I guess. Then I also have a manga of Mushi King, which is really neat. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Koro Comics manga. Down here I have all my Chao Comics manga. And I have a Kuromi plush here on display. And I do have all of the Kirarin Revolution manga. And this is actually a video game on the DS. So it might be worth noting. Here's the special edition manga that I got in Japan this past summer. And there's all those. And then I just have like random magical girl toys here from Pretty Cure and Mucal Dreamy, the Mucal Dreamy Compact. I have a Chao Comics magazine from 2018 in April. And then down here, it continues the Chao Comics stuff. And I have a Yokai Watch manga that's all dedicated to Fumi-chan, one of the supporting characters, I guess. And this one here is a one-shot of Animal Crossing. Really cute one. I read through the whole thing. Other than that, there's nothing really else worth mentioning that might be video game related, I guess, except for maybe Chibi Debi, because I know Chibi Debi is a video game. I have the whole collection of Chibi Debi. It's my favorite shoujo manga from Chao Comics. And I love anything from this author too, so I have most of her works right here. See, down here, I have all my Ribbon Mascot Comics manga. Move these out of the way. I have these really cute Akazukin Cha-Cha figures. They're gachapon figures that I got this past summer. I have a Glaceon remint over here, and I have Ponyta as well. And then down here are all my Nakayoshi comics. And then just some other random manga that didn't really go anywhere. I have a cute little puffin from Iceland that I got back in 2024. I went to Iceland for like a week and saw the Northern Lights. That was pretty cool. On this shelf, I also have a Animal Crossing coloring book. And I got this kanji writing pen for Christmas, which is pretty cool. And down here is all my Shonen Jump stuff. One of the more notable series I have, of course, are like all the Dragon Ball stuff. And then I have all of Magical Taruruto-kun, which is also a video game. And I have these cute little Dragon Ball trinkets here, a mini Goku and Gohan figure to maybe no more than an inch. And a dragon plush, a Shenron plush with the 4-star ball wrapped around it. And here's just some more of my manga. I have a Yokai Watch, a Japanese one. I have these really cool candies of Demon Slayer. Also on this side I have a Totoro plushie. And I have my 4-star Dragon Ball still. And underneath that I have a Himitsu Jiten Kiraran Revolution hardcover book. And I have an Animal Crossing movie one as well. Let's see, down below that, from the the Shonen Jump one, I have a plushie of Chi from Chi Sweet Home, and then down here are some more Animal Crossing manga. I have another Chow Comics one that's only 2 volumes. It's really cute. It's based off of New Horizons. And then this one is based off of the GameCube era. So this series right here. And I have the whole collection of that. And then here's another Animal Crossing variation. It's a one-shot. Yeah, I have all the Chi Sweet Home manga. And I have some Yotsuba and then Japanese learning stuff here. And then down here, I just have more random manga volumes like Doraemon, Pokemon Adventures in Japanese. I have volumes 1 through 7 of that. And then I also have these books here, like Bakabon, really funny comedy manga. Pretty Cure, a couple Pretty Cure manga volumes. I have a Pikachu, Let's Play with Pikachu book, hardcover for kids. And I have a really tall manga of Animal Crossing, also from Chow Comics. And then I also have these Dragon Ball Kanzenban manga volumes. What's cool about them is that they are pretty much exact to how they were published in the magazines in Shonen Jump. So you will see like color pages and such. I want to get the rest of this set because it's really amazing. And I've really been enjoying it. So yeah, this is volume 2. I have volume 1 somewhere, but I think I'm probably reading it, I guess. But yes, I do have volumes 1 and 2 of the Dragon Ball Kanzenban volumes, which is nice. And then over here, I just have some TV recordings. I have cartoons, like random cartoons. I found this at the thrift. And this one I've had in my collection since I recorded it off a TV. From July 18th, 1998, it's the NSYNC in concert that aired on Disney Channel. And I really like watching it. I really should try to preserve it and try to get it ripped and such. I'll definitely do that at some point. But yeah, for now I do at least have the VHS still. Never got rid of it, and I'm really glad that I didn't. So that is all the manga that's on this shelf. I'm hoping to get another shelf at some point for this room. That will probably go over here next to the Japanese manga shelf, and I'll probably keep the Japanese manga in here because there is a lot of like video game related stuff on that shelf. So yeah, anyways, moving on here. These are some of my other books that I have. A lot of these are magazines and like just video game related books. I have a random new type issue, and I just have like the Super NES book that I've had for years, and this Pokemon Ultimate Fans Guide, Sonic Double Trouble. This is a book I've had since I was a kid, and I recently found this Pokemon vintage coloring book from the 90s. And then from there, I just have like all these other random Pokemon magazines. So many of them. And I have some Animal Crossing as well. And I have a Disney Adventures issue that I've had since the mid-2000s. And then I also have all these Nintendo Power magazines. These are all the issues that I have. And then I also have these really cool Animal Crossing manga activity books. And these are really cool. It's all in color, which is really nice. Here's another one. There was only 2 volumes of it that were released so far anyway. Yeah, it's really cute. Highly recommend it. And you can get them on Amazon Japan rather. And over here I have this random vintage Pokemon yellow book. It's the Pokemon Pathways to Adventure is what it's called. I have a Pokemon Handbook, Deluxe Essential Handbook, hardcover version. And in this folder here, I just have a bunch of like random pamphlets related to video games. A lot of them are vintage in there, which is pretty neat. I have the history of Sonic in here. I also have the Sonic's Shoes book, and I have the Secret Admirer, Sonic the Hedgehog. I've had those since I was a kid. And then I also have my Yokai Watch book, or binder here. And I have a Happy Home Designer Amiibo card binder book as well, still sealed. And then down here, I just have all of my video game guidebooks, like a bunch of Pokemon. And I have some Animal Crossing ones, like City Folk. I also have the first New Horizons book right here, which is pretty cool. I got Dawn of Mana, Magical Melody, and Back to Nature, Crash Nitro Kart, Kirby 64, Spyro, Mario and Luigi's Partners in Time, Mario Galaxy Premier Edition guidebook. And then I have a bunch of Japanese guidebooks here, like I have Dragon Quest Treasures, Pokemon Legends, the first game, and then I have the Animal Crossing, I guess Animal Crossing Plus GameCube guidebook that I got in Japan this past summer. And I have the Animal Crossing New Leaf guidebook. It's a really thick guidebook, and it's twice as large as our guidebook that we got. And I do have the English version of it as well. Up here I have the New Leaf Amiibo Plus guidebook in Japanese. And I have a Nintendo All-Stars magazine, a mini-size version, Pokemon Emerald, and I have a Japanese Nintendogs guidebook that I've had for years. And this here is just like a sticker kind of seal book, sticker seal book with the Pokemon, which is really cool. I really like that little book, and has some good stuff in it. So yeah, that's all the books really that I have, and I will be showing more books at some point later this month because I did order a bunch of manga in Japanese, and I ordered more guidebooks as well, which is why there's some empty space here. I did get some new ones, which I'm currently looking at most of the new ones, but yeah, so you'll see those in the future collection update. But yeah, I guess I'll get up and show you guys what else is on this corner shelf. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so up top here on the corner shelf, this is all of my GBA and Game Boy Color games that I have boxed. I have some in Japanese GBA games as well, like Animal Yokocho, and this random Chrono Comics one. I guess it's like more like a Koroke game or whatever you want to call it, but yeah, I do have both of the Hikaru no Go games in Japanese, Sugar Rune, Mar Heaven, all the Starfy games, Mahou Sensei Negima, and a Mirumo de Pong game, and the GBA collection. I also have Pokemon Blue, Harvest Moon. I have Harvest Moon here, Harvest Moon 3. And then a random Kirby game. So here's all of my GBA and GBC games. Back when Dragon Quest used to be called Dragon Warrior. And I have some Wonder Swan titles here. Down here I have all of my DS titles, DS games. A lot of these I've had in the collection for a long time. And the DS titles continue down here. I'll move my Shadow plush out of the way. These are just like kind of bulk games, but some of them are still fun. And on PSP, I have Colon and Harvest Moon Boy and Girl in English and Japanese. I did try to look for Boku no Natsuyasumi, but I could not find it, unfortunately. I did try to look, though, while I was in Japan this past summer. On the SNES, I have Final Fight, and here's some other ones that I have. These I've had since I was a kid. And then I recently picked up the Magical Taroru Tokun game on the Famicom, although I don't have one. I would like to get one eventually. I have the Super Game Boy. And this is my 3DS case. It's pretty beat up. I need to get a new one. And down here, I have my DS or 3DS games, and I have the Sun and Moon charm, which is pretty cool. I really like that. Still factory sealed. I have these Okinawa figures, and I'm using them as like bookends, the Shisa dogs. So here's all my 3DS titles. The brand new factory sealed Story of Seasons, Trio of Towns game, limited edition. Here's the rest of my 3DS games. And I have a Dratini Pokemon Fit. And down there is all the books that you just saw. So now moving up here, this is my Japanese DS and 3DS collection. There's all the Kidden Revolution games on top there. And I'll go through these slowly so you can see them. Here's all the Japanese 3DS games that I got. And then down here are all of my Game Boy Color games. Some notable ones, I have Pokemon Red and Yellow in English, just the cartridges. These are Sega Game Gear games, and this is like a Carmen Sandiego game. I have this really random Wendy's game from the 90s. And here are all my PS1 games. I also have some Japanese PS1, like Hikaru no Go, I got recently, and I got Harvest Moon. It was only released in Japan. That was a really cool find. You're not always guaranteed to find what you want. There's my PS1 collection, PS2, and PS4. Below the PS4 games or PlayStation games, I have some PC titles. And then these are all of my Nintendo 64 games. I have this Pokemon card game. So boxed, complete in box, I only have Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. The Pokemon Stadium one is pretty much in minty condition. I also have the Japanese N64 Harvest Moon box, which sadly got destroyed on the way home. I was really upset about that. But these are all the N64 games I have. I have Hey You Pikachu, Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. I have Bomberman 64, Glover, Star Fox 64, Mario Kart 64, and Super Smash Brothers. That's all for that row. Then I have Pokemon Stadium, the second one, and then the first one, of course. Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, and Pokemon Snap. So those are all the loose cartridges that I have. Not a huge collection, but I have most of what I really would like to have on the N64. So yeah, not too bad there. Down here I have all my GameCube games. There's still a few games that I want to get for this system, but I have the majority of the titles that I would want, I would say. Except for maybe like, what's one that I would want? Maybe Paper Mario Sticker Star. I think I maybe want some Star Fox as well, that's on here. And I recently got Soul Calibur, so that's pretty cool. There's my other Shisa dog. And in here is like a collection of Pokemon pins from the Kanto region. They're official Pokemon pins that were in gachapons in Japan. Where are you going, camera? There we go. It likes to drift. There we go. And then in front of the GameCube games, I have all my Sonic McDonald's toys. I need to get new batteries for them so I can play them. So down here, these are all of my Nintendo Wii games. Most of what I would probably want for this system. I don't think I really need to get any more. Except for maybe Poke Park 2. I have Poke Park 1, but not 2. I would like to get the second one. And I do have some Xbox titles, not many. But I do have some. And this is the Wii to HDMI converter that I use. So I play it on my modern TV, the Wii. So down here from the Wii games, I have my Nintendo Switch collection. And I have a Vulpix Pokemon Fit plushie. It's really cute, from the Kanto region. So here's a look at all of my Nintendo Switch titles as of January 2026. I'll pan through pretty slow so you can see what all I got. And I have a total of 80 games, I think, at this point. And feel free to pause at any time. And this Sonic Superstars promo item. And then just some limited edition boxes of Farmagia and Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. I have some more titles up here. Some Japanese titles like Summer and Mara, and I have a Pretty Cure game, Hugto Pretty Cure game, and I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel in Japanese. I have Natsumon, and I have a Dragon Quest Infinity Strash game. And that's all the imports that I have. And then these two are just Story of Seasons limited edition boxes. And these are some plushies that came with them. Down here I have my Sega collection. These are the Sega Pico games. I also have like a random PC game complete in box, Brainbender. It's brand new, which is pretty neat, I guess. Yeah, these are all the Sega Genesis titles that I got. And a lot of these are in pretty good condition, I would say. And this one here is a Sonic 3 Complete. It's a ROM hack. It's my only ROM hack that I have. And I do have some loose Sega Genesis carts, like Lion King. I have 2 Lion Kings for some reason. And I have Sonic 2. I have a Sega Game Gear, Sega Game Genie, complete in box. And I have 1 complete in box Game Gear game, Donald Duck. So yeah, that is it for the video games on this shelf and in general. Now move on to some of the stuff that's over here. Alright, so here is the manga shelf. I have, let's see, I have Alice in the Country of Hearts, Astro Lost in Space complete, Attack on Titan complete, and then from there I just have Blue Exorcist, Bakuman, Disgaea, it's a one-shot, and I have some random volumes of Dragon Ball Super, the complete Dr. Stone, minus volume 27, the complete series of Fake, First King Adventures, complete Genkaku Picasso, the complete series of Hikaru no Go, and I have most of Mar. And then I have some My Hero Academia and Pokemon Adventures, Prince of Tennis behind those Inuyasha Vizbig volumes. I also have the complete Fushigi Yugi in Vizbig format. On this shelf here, I have some Ranma 1/2 volumes, or Ranma half, however you want to say it. Rosario Vampire, Samurai Champloo, some Takami Bachi volumes, and Tenchi Muyo, Inumakun, Sazan and Comet Girl. And I have this Okinawa exclusive Pokemon plush of Arcanine and Pikachu. And then I have Hamtaro and a random Yoshi plushie as well. Down here I have my Yokai Watch manga and some of my Yotsuba manga volumes, some Yona of the Dawn. Definitely gotta read that and check it out. And yeah, I just have a vintage cat dog plush that is still in the blister, which is pretty cool. A Mummy Shibao plush and Wisp as well. And then I want to go ahead and go down here and squeeze through between this really short section here of the shelf and my sofa and show you what's behind the sofa. Alright, so yeah, this is one of the annoying things, is like how much limited space there is between my sofa and my bookcase. And as you can see here, let me zoom out so you can see the space between here. It's pretty tight, so not really ideal, but you know, it is what it is. So over here I have some more manga. These are like taller size manga, I guess. Like I have all of Aria and some Angel Diary, the complete Azumanga Daioh, complete Beyond the Clouds, and Cardcaptor Sakura, and the omnibus editions. And then these are just some random manga volumes. I really need to get more of the Soul Eater hardcover books. And this one here is What's Michael, Fragrant Flower, and some Dragon Quest, Cosplay Koromo-chan. Bunch of good stuff there. And then I have the complete Dragon Ball in Visbig format. I have Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, but it's technically all just Dragon Ball because the original Japanese manga was just called Dragon Ball. There was no Dragon Ball Z in the original Japanese manga. So yeah, I have all 42 volumes of Dragon Ball in Visbig format. And I have only half of Kenshin. I would really like to get the rest of it, but it's like out of print and really hard to find. And I just have some Wolf Children over there as well. But yeah, that's basically it for what all is back here in terms of manga. So now we'll go ahead and move over to the nostalgia shelf, which is right over there. Let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, let's go ahead and check out the nostalgia shelf, which is right here. Point the camera down so you can see better. There we go. And I just got a bunch of like random 90s nostalgia trinkets. Some Nintendogs merch in here. Mostly Lion King merch. Even the Lion King Sega Genesis box I have here. And my original childhood Sega Game Gear box as well. And then I have all my more modern stuff. I mean, minus those vintage Blue's Clues figures. Of some Nintendo Switch boxes. And this is my Animal Crossing shrine. I just have a bunch of Animal Crossing merch. I actually made that life-size DIY bottle myself. That was really fun to make. And then I have a really cool 3D printed fossil from the game. And down here I just have some really cool 90s memorabilia like Laser Challenge. And one of these days I do want to play it. It looks really awesome. I really hope I can get around to playing it. I have this random map to go game. And then down here I just have some more random stuff like the SpongeBob jellyfish net. And some other, like I said, random crap. So that basically about does it for the game room tour. And yeah, I guess I'll show you all the plushies up here before we head out. And call it a day. Bunch of Pokemon and other random vintage plushies on here. Really fun stuff. Bunch of Rilakkuma, some Dragon Ball, and all that good stuff. So, alright, I think that is basically gonna about do it. If you're wondering where my TV is, I do have my TV in my living room, which is right over there, and I have my Nintendo Wii, my Nintendo Switch, and PS4 hooked up to the modern TV in the living room. And I just kind of wanted to keep this like the vintage gaming room, I guess. Even though I do have some modern games in here, it's mostly just an area to, you know, kind of feel like you're stuck back in the 90s. And this is where I mostly play my retro video games. I can even play some of my VHS tapes on here and some old cartoons on here. Currently watching Dragon Ball. But anyways, I think that's gonna do it. Here's one more look outside. There's like literally no traffic. It's pretty wild. So anyways, yeah, thanks again so much for watching, and if you all want to help support the channel, I actually do have some coloring books for sale. This is one that I have that's available on Amazon that you can purchase for $9.99. It really does help support the channel. All the funds will go towards improving the channel and all that good stuff. And I'll leave a link in the description box below where you can go buy one. So yeah, anyway, your support means a lot. Thanks a ton for checking out this video, and definitely look forward to more videos coming soon. And the Japan videos should hopefully be coming. I think I found a solution to the issue of what's been going on with that, so they should hopefully be coming out in Q1 of this year, so definitely look forward to that. So subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to check out my Japan trip back in summer 2025. It's a really fun vacation, really fun time. It's real-time vlogging, all that good stuff, so definitely look forward to it. But anyways, that's it. Enough rambling. I'll see you guys in the next video, and hope you all had a great new year. See you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.